Hello, everyone. My name is Wilson, and I'm here to share my code on the Fiery Dragon game that I've been built. So in this video, I'll be splitting it into two parts. One, I will tell you the classes and how it works, and the second, I will tell you how the game runs. So we start with the player class. The player is made up of two things: the initializer and the move function. The initializer defines the variables that I will be using to create a player object, which is the name of the object, the type of animal the object is, the icon that will be used, and if this object is a player object. Thus, the movement tracks where the spot on the ring that the player is, and the position tracks where the player is on the gaming screen. The movement function deals with the bleeping of the player when a chit has been turned and the player token now needs to move. The second class is the tile class, which is a representation of the tiles, which also includes the cave that the game board has. It's also made up of two parts: the initializer and the two get methods. The initializer, like what it does, initializes the object with these required variables, and the two get methods are used to return the information back to the system when it needs to be used. The check class is also the same in a similar way, as it also has the initializer, the get methods, but different from the tile class, and actually a bit more similar to the player class. It has its own click method that deals with when the chit object has been chosen by the system to be displayed. Now we come to the game class, which includes the main functionality of the game itself and some useful functions that will be heavily used during the game, like the just distance function that is used to judge the distance between a certain object and either your mouse position or the position of the player, or bleep alpha, which does the bleeping of the other objects that is not the player. And now we start with how the game is built. So here we initialize the game using the pygame.init function. We set up the screens with the family of functions that is provided. We import all the images that we're going to use for the game, and we set the display caption here. We create objects for the play. We create objects here. We create a randomizer to randomize the association of the chit objects, of the chit pictures, and the various positions of the chits on the board, so that every time when a new game is created, the chit will not always stay on the same spot. And here we have the chit object being created. Now it seems that is very uniform, but it's actually not, because of this randomizing. Now we have, and here we come to the main code cycle. So in here, this is all standard to make sure that when the player triggers decides to quit the game, you can actually quit the game. And here is what it does when the player clicks on a chit. So here it tracks with the player's mouse position in the game. It tracks with the distance the player's mouse position to a specific chit, And in here, we calculate that. And if the distance is smaller than 80, which I'll be showing why, we will then split the relevant cheats icon on the location. And once that is done, we apply the display changes. And then once that's been done, we quit the game. So now I'll be showing you why the code is like this. So if you run the code, just a second. Share screen, fire dragons. You will see the board is set out like this. You have the 4 player tokens sitting here inside the caves. You have the tiles set up in the ring, and you have these chips. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This is actually a single picture that I found online. So in this way, instead of wiping out all these cheats in the middle and replacing back again, what I decided was that I will keep the display position of all the cheats being fixed, like how it is. But every time when I click one of those chips in a different game, it doesn't pop up. Sorry, it's not it doesn't pop up. It pops up a different chip. Now, back to the code itself. There are, let's just say, many downfalls in the code given. Like for example, if you look at the envelope, there's no tile being created. This is rather kind of conscious decision, as when this video is recorded, I have chosen a way that I get to complete the work that I need to do without implementing the tiles and the chip, and actually implementing the player to move. And the second one, you can see that here is all of this, let's say, grayed out rest. Let's say, this is also because I have what's the word? Fine, I'll not talk. Probably not. I'll not to talk about that. Anyway, I think that's all for the video today. I'll probably see you some other time later.